Now, we said this is raw, and our next presenter takes us in yet another different direction. Rawrie Bullock is our presenter. Her three things that well, first of all, I guess I would say, she's passionate about family and movies. The three things she can't live without are Dr. Pepper, tattoos, and her family. Her guilty pleasure is Big Brother. And one word that would sum up Rawrie is different. So, with the presentation entitled Battle Within, let's welcome the courageously different Rawrie.
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to start today by asking anyone with a mental illness to stand up. But then I realized that stigma is still very real. That fear is always there. What will they think of me? Are they going to treat me differently once they know about my mental illness? Well, I am here today to break that silence and ease that fear, to do my part to help end the stigmas surrounding mental illness, both personally and in the workplace. To show those of you with a mental illness, those of you who battle your own minds, that yes, even we can have a career. Yet sometimes that career can strongly depend on our employers. I have type 2 bipolar disorder with manic depressive tendencies. And as that graph shows on the bottom, that's how my mood fluctuates in a single day. I get to ride a roller coaster of emotions every day. And so many others fight a battle similar to this in their minds. No one can truly understand what they're going through. To be honest, I don't always understand what I'm going through. I was diagnosed at age 15, back when you did not talk about mental illness. And I found this strange. I was sick. Why are we hiding it? Everybody knew about my heart condition, asked about it, cared about it, inquired how my surgery went. But my mental illness? No, that's a disease of the mind. We don't talk about that. Even to this day, anyone who asks will know that this tattoo on my arm signifies my battle and my win with my heart disease. What you don't realize is that it's on that arm to hide the attempted suicide scars of a loss in my battle with depression. So with this idea that my illness was wrong, I of course tried to fight it, tried to get rid of it, and that made it worse. So after years of booze, boys, bad decisions, ups and downs, dropping out of schools, and the final straw of losing my fiance to my illness, and then entirely to a fatal motorcycle accident, I finally sought the help I so desperately needed. I found that help at Prairie North Health Region right here in Lloydminster. A counselor there told me I needed to stop fighting this. This was a disease in my brain, and it could be managed, but never cured. He taught me how to anticipate my highs, how to handle my lows, and how best to manage my illness. I hope this man my life. Now, even though I have gotten control of my illness, there are definitely still days it controls me. I'm constantly telling myself I'm not good enough at what I do. That's not me. That's my disease. People don't realize that this isn't something I can just get over. Instead of my body fighting against me like a cold, giving me a stuffy nose and sneezes, my mind is against me, filling my head with lies about how I am not good enough at what I do. I would not be at the point I am in my career if everything I did was wrong. Yet countless times a day, that is what my illness tells me. And that is just a glimpse at my battle with my illness. Now, I say my because everyone fighting a mental illness is fighting a different, personalized battle. We are not all the same. I myself have conceded that I will never have children or get married because of my illness. But thanks to a few wonderful individuals, I do not have to give up my dream of a career. Sean Marco at May Cinema 6 was the first employer to ever show compassion towards my illness. The first to tell me, take your day and ask me, what can I do to help? Not just as a friend, but as my employer as well. And with that, Sean took me from only being able to stay at a job for a few months before leaving because of my illness to the beginning of a successful career as a manager. I owe my career life to Sean, and I left the theater on what I call a bipolar moment. And I was working part-time at Fabutan at the same time, and I'm sure you all know Dale Foss. She offered me the position of manager there, and she nurtured me, growing my love for what I do and turning me into the manager I am today. I tried quitting there once too. A day my mind was winning in its battle to tell me I was not good enough. But I sat down with Dale when I was back to my lucid state. I said I did not want to leave. Not only did she let me stay, She nurtured me based on my illness, and Dale, that meant the world to me. Sadly, the people who took over Fabitan didn't fully understand my illness, and I quit shortly after they took over, ending an 8-year career at a place I love. A great example of how employers truly can have an impact, positively or negatively, on a mentally ill person's chance at success. That brings me to my current career at Money Mart, where my boss and my staff all know about my illness. I called in sick last month. My reason? I just can't today. I didn't have to lie. I didn't have to say I have a migraine or the flu. I can't. I stayed in bed. I cried. I let my mind tell me I was worthless. But the next day, I was okay. I would not have been okay if I hadn't been able to take that day. And so many out there battling a mental illness don't have that option to take that day. And that's one of the things I'm fighting for today. Whatever mental illness you are fighting, and whether it be a long-term like mine or a short-term, we need to be able to take our day. I'd like to read you a quote that my sister sent me. Love you, Kirsten. I read it every single day for strength. I know, you're sad. So I won't tell you to have a good day. I advise you to simply have a day. Stay alive, feed yourself well, and don't give up on yourself just yet. It will get better. Until then, have a day. And to those of you out there battling a mental illness, you're fighting your own mind. You are warriors, and you deserve to be proud, yes, proud of the fact that you can fight your mind every single day and still be here. We are warriors. So please, do not be afraid. Stand up with me today. Whether you are somebody battling a mental illness or somebody who is going to help someone in their battle with mental illness, help me break these stigmas and stand up. We do not have to hide in the shadows. We can be successful both in our lives and in our careers. So please, stand up for mental illness.